the shoulder drone connections. This drone is a typical inductor fan, or untypical for shoulder drone. However, torque force and ejections is about 10-pound force. Thrust rate. This drone lands on the shoulder, having servos enabling gripping, which will be connected to a hub localized on the frontal body of chest bone, ORTHOSIS, thus enabling the user to motion upward or downward, having the servo and the rotary bearing connected in linkage and chain. Thus, two are connected as landing docks to land on the shoulder. Shoulder having a retractable band, enabling the user a landing amount, solenoid hole mount for the user to mount these shoulder drones, and a solenoid hole sits. Thus, they relax over alongside the body between the biceps and the triceps, and they leave open room for the shoulder to have motion and movement with the cockpit system. This is a mandate UAV drone, whereas all of the units incorporate the additional structure to the hip biaxial ROM brace. Here is servo, the upper armor, back, and frontal rotary bearings. Is a drone. Is for propulsion to lift the flying space UAV drone. However, in manned using a retractable motorized seatbelt with shoulder connection and reduction as far as retractable giving room. This is the back, the left side of the frontal of the armor, whereas the biaxial the side tooth is localized here. This is one side, one half of the chest armor. Here's the second, another, in addition, the same with the retractable seatbelt, motorized seatbelt, and with the servo bearing. Functionality, mechatronic functionality. Here is the second part of the drone. Flying in mid-air as far as the land on the human body, human radar, Doppler, and harmonic ultrasonic collision controls, and for neurons brainwave sensory, brainwave control, magneto armor sense. So this is the chest mount, and it is not powered as of yet. No current has been established or modulation has been as of yet. However, the rotary bearings in casting the material and sectioning the modulations in areas of fraction according to the segment. However, the back now and the frontal to where the retractable seatbelt will adjust the measurements of the shouldering to enable leaning the auto zip and auto resizing or sizing, biometric sizing. However, the servos guiding the two vertebrae along the side, which is the beginning of the connections of the vertebrae, along the sides under the armpit, whereas enabling connection between the biaxial ROM. Connections for tilting. A connection for tilting or panning. Thus, is localized on the biaxial ROM. However, in addition, the door can open from the frontal, enabling the user to get in and out of the system from the frontal, even when the full robot is assembled. These will be assembled by slam connections and solenoid hole sends, electromagnetism. Provide connections and linkage between armature and additional other segments of the drone. Whereas the leg drone connection to the hip biaxial ROM drone is connected to the hub of the hip biaxial ROM. Whereas an electromagnet is localized, we're having a solenoid hole, thus locking their solenoid hole sets. So each part of the segment does the same, and alongside and following the shoes, and for the biaxial ROM for self-balancing. Thus, all these units are separate drones. The leg walker for ORTHOSIS. On the drone, you have split leg. Where the armature is pointed at an angle. However, horse, where the armature mounting bracket for the knee is turned in angular motion, horse stepping. Ed Walker, as far as the armature crank for walk, that cranks the bracket right at the, no, not right, the walking. And the rotary bearings are local for lift. Horse, opening, closing, walking, horse, opening, closing, splitting, split the legs, and to walk. Opening, closing, rotary for thrust, rotary for thrust, rotary for thrust for lift, rotary for thrust, rotary for thrust for lift against the weight of gravity.